patuloy na nagbibigay serbisyo, pag-asa at saya. GMA Regional TV, kapuso ng bawat Pilipino. This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News.
Good afternoon. This is your GMA Regional TV Weekend News, the biggest, the latest as local news matters. Jasmine Gabriel Galban.
I am CJ Torida.
Joanne Punsoy, broadcasting live from the GMA complex in Dagupan City.
Would like to welcome our Kapuso viewers from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, as well as our kababayans all over the world watching us through GMA Pinoy TV and GMA News TV International. This afternoon, we will be joined by GMA RTV Dagupan Balitang Amyanan correspondent Kim Bandarlipe,
Luan May Rondina of RTV Cebu Balitang Bisdak,
and Sheila Vergara Rubio, RTV Davao 1 Mindanao.
Joanne and Jasmine partners, we have a full lineup today as we will also be joined by our RTV counterparts from other regions. We will be joined by Rain Palino of GMA RTV Bicol and Zen Kilantang of GMA RTV Iloilo, 1 Western Visayas. For the headlines, Bayanihan spirit still very much alive after Taal eruption. Elderly couple killed in front of grandchildren. 300 families left homeless in Davao City fire. ASF hits Dagupan City. And thousands of Santo Niño devotees participated in the fluvial procession in Cebu City. Bayanihan spirit still very much alive after Taal eruption. Let's have more details with Sheila Vergara Rubio's live report. Sheila.
CJ, the Oplan Tabang team left Davao City last Wednesday morning to personally deliver relief assistance to the victims of the Taal eruption. The team composed of members from the Davao City Mayor's Office, Central 911, Public Safety and Security Command Center, Davao City Police Office, and Task Force Davao traveled by land to deliver the 8,000 food packs intended for the evacuees in Calaca, Tanawan, and Santo Tomas in Batangas. The Davao City government sent food packs, blankets, bed mats, towels, mosquito nets, assorted clothes, school bags with school supplies, medicines, and toiletries. DCPO also sent personnel to help in the distribution.
Personnel complement kami doon, so 6 personnel from our DCPO. Sumama doon sa convoy papuntang Batangas.
In Zamboanga City, Mayor Maria Isabel Climaco Salazar announced in her State of the City address on Wednesday that they will also send assistance to the victims of the Taal eruption. Private organizations and private companies from the city have also pledged to extend help. In Pili, Camarines Sur, a donation booth was set up since January 15 to receive donations. Felicity, a victim of the 2018 Mayon eruption, shared her experience. According to PHIVOLCS, Mayon Volcano has been on alert level 2 since 2018.
Ano naman po yung maitutulong ko sana since wala din po kami. Pero po, isa po sa maitutulong ko na lang po sa kanila is yung pagpipray na lang sa kanila.
The provincial government of Ilocos Sur also deployed members of its PDRRMO to help in the relief operations, while netizens initiated face mask collection for the victims. The provincial government of Ilocos Norte also extended help by donating relief goods, while the Pangasinan provincial government also deployed a humanitarian team to assist in the distribution of relief goods. Farmers from Benguet donated truckloads of vegetables. The PSWDO of Pampanga also distributed relief goods in the affected areas, while the Police Regional Office 1 also helped in the repacking of relief goods for the Batangueños.
The city government of Davao is still accepting in-kind donation which may be dropped off at Task Force Davao Headquarters. CJ.
Thank you, Sheila Vergara Rubio. Pangasinan braces as demand increases for fish and vegetable. King Guevara has more.
Demand for fish at Magsaysay Market has risen after the volcanic eruption in Taal, Batangas. Fish vendors say retailers are now looking towards markets in Dagupan City to make up for stock that previously supplied by the Batangas port.
Mabilis maubos po kasi maraming buyer. Papuntang Manila, Baguio, ganun.
Sulfur emissions from the volcanic eruption may have affected fish at Taal Lake, making it not fit for consumption. The Department of Health has prohibited fishing activities and sale of fish harvested from the lake.
Ay mas fresh siya, talagang lasang fresh, talaga matitikman mo. Makikita mo naman na yung fresh silang bagong huli, tapos buhay pa.
As of now, prices of fish are stable despite of the limited supply due to cold weather. The price of bangus dagupan even went down to 130 pesos per kilo. But the supply shortage of freshwater and sea fishes may drive current prices up.
Sa ngayon, dahil nga yung crisis bago lang nangyari, lahat ng mga hindi inaasahan pwede mangyari. Tulad ng pag-increase ng demand. Siyempre, unang-una, ang pagkain, hindi naman nagbabago yung pangangailangan.
Similarly, the demand for vegetables at the Pangasinan Agri-Pinoy Trading Center in Urdaneta City almost doubled after the Taal volcano eruption. Vegetable dealers affected by the ashfall have come to Pangasinan for their supply.
Nung hindi pa sila tinataba na asphalt, halos nahahati yung buyer namin. Halos yung dati pumupunta rito, hindi na makapunta rito dahil yung pananim nila, parang nagkaroon ulit siya ng panibagong ng gulay doon.
Despite of the high demand for vegetables in the province, the prices have gone down. As of January 17, 2020, the price of okra is down to 15 pesos from 20 pesos per kilo. Tomato is also down from 25 pesos down to 15 pesos per kilo, while ampalaya is now 38 pesos per kilo.
Ang support ng gulay naman natin sapat pa kasi ang daming dumarating.
I am King Guevara for GMA Regional TV.
Village councilman in Bacolod City was shot dead by unidentified gunmen. More in this report.
A village councilman was shot dead by unidentified assailants at Purok Kasanagwan, Barangay 26, Bacolod City. The victim, identified as Barangay 2 Kagawad Romeo Canlas, was drinking with friends when the suspects came and fired at him several times. Police investigation is focusing on personal grudge, illegal drug involvement, and politics as motives of the crime. Canlas was a 3-term barangay councilman. Police say that Canlas had been linked to illegal drugs and was included in the PDEA and Barangay Drugs Watch List. The victim's family denies the allegation and is calling for justice. Police investigation is now centered on sourcing CCTV footage from establishments near the scene of the crime. A 23-year-old woman identified as Jenica Valera was shot dead by her husband in Barangay Malamsit, Piñarobia, Abra. Based on police investigation, the couple may have had a quarrel as shown by the disarray inside their house. The suspect, Josemar Valera, denied the allegations, but police will still file charges against him. In Pidig, Ilocos Norte, a 52-year-old woman was also shot dead by 2 suspects riding in tandem on a motorcycle. The victim, Fredalyn Agustin, sustained fatal wounds in the head. The police are investigating the incident. Regional Special Investigation Task Group identified 2 persons of interest in the ambush of former Police Provincial Director of Pangasinan, retired Brigadier General Mar Luchan last January 9. Police arrested Edwin Ferrer from Binmali, Pangasinan, who was allegedly at the crime scene, and escorted Chan and his driver to the hospital after the attack. Police said that Ferrer is a gun for hire and has a standing warrant with other PNP units, including a pending case at the Regional Trial Court of Lingayen. Authorities also seized from Ferrer's bag an unmarked .45 caliber pistol loaded with 7 live ammunition and a grenade. Police are also looking into persons who met with Chan in the morning before the ambush. I am Jasmine Gabriel Galban for GMA Regional TV. In San Carlos City, Pangasinan, effect of cecid flies in mango industry worsened due to amihan season. Russell Simorio tells us more.
Mango growers in San Carlos City, Pangasinan are battling against cecid flies, locally known as korikong. Mang Mario has 2 hectares of mango plantation in Barangay Ano, which yields 14 metric tons of mangoes every year. However, the production this year is expected to dwindle due to the infestation of cecid flies.
Marami nang nag-spray ngayon dahil itong korikong o tinatawag natin na cecid fly.
The cecid flies usually attack mango fruits at night, leaving black circular marks on the fruit after laying their eggs on them. The City Agriculture Office expressed their apprehension that the mango industry might become extinct in the area due to the devastation wrought by cecid flies for almost 5 years now. The amihan season is the breeding season of korikong.
Ang cecid fly ay nag-iwan ng laway sa mangga, ito ay nangingitim at ito ay tuluyan ng mahuhulog.
Pag ganitong malamig ang panahon, ito yung favorable nila. Talagang maraming nakukurikong na mangga rito.
Some mango growers have implemented their own preventive measures to counter the korikong infestation. However, they need more help from the government to effectively neutralize the problem. Together with Daryl Peralta, I am Russell Simorio for GMA Regional TV.
Walk with Mary and Traslasyon culminated the 9-day novena for Santo Niño in Cebu City. More in Nico Sereno's report.
The weather was cool, but the faith of the devotees burned like fire as thousands joined the Walk with Mary at dawn on Friday. In this annual procession, devotees accompany the image of the Blessed Virgin of Guadalupe to the Basilica del Santo Niño. Many brought with them their own images of the Santo Niño and Virgin Mary and held lighted candles while reciting the rosary. Upon reaching the Pilgrim Center, prayers and a Holy Mass were offered by the priests from the parish of the Our Lady of Guadalupe. After the Mass, the Traslasyon of the Santo Niño and the Lady of Guadalupe commenced with a motorcade to the National Shrine of St. Joseph in Mandaue City. The images were turned over by officials of Cebu City to the Welcoming Committee of Mandaue City.
Dako namong kalibay, paghangop o pagdawat sa atong balaang bata.
People from all walks of life lined the streets, waved and welcomed the passing Traslasyon. Then the motorcade ended at the St. Joseph Parish, reuniting the Holy Family. A welcome mass was celebrated by Cebu Auxiliary Bishop Midifil Billones, attended by provincial and city officials.
The family gathers together, we find strength, healing, and yes, the miracle that will come and the graces we need.
The devotees continued their veneration of the Santo Niño until midnight, after which the images were brought to the galleon for the traditional fluvial procession. Together with cameraman Godfrey Relien, I am Nico Sereno for GMA Regional TV.
Thousands of Santo Niño devotees participated in the fluvial procession in Cebu City. Luan May Rondina will give us the live update. Luan.
Joanne, because of the fair weather, the fluvial procession of the images of the Señor Santo Niño and the Virgin of Guadalupe went smoothly and successfully. At 6 a.m. today, the motorcade of the images of the Holy Child Señor Santo Niño and the Virgin of Guadalupe arrived at Captain Veloso Pier in Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu. The images were then transferred to a commercial vessel named after Cebuano Bishop Teofilo Camomot. Over 100 decorated boats, barges and motorbangkas joined this year's fluvial procession.
Mo ni ang ruta sa pagpauli niya ngadto sa simbahan dako no o sa basilika.
Gaan kay mohang pagbati mawa ang imong problema.
The sea procession went smoothly because of the fair weather. The galleon carrying the images arrived at Pier 1, Cebu City, where a throng of devotees waited. Decked in colorful costumes, the devotees danced to the beat of the sinulog, the traditional dance for the Holy Child. The images of Señor Santo Niño and the Virgin of Guadalupe were then brought to the Basilica del Santo Niño in the heart of Cebu City. A Holy Mass was then celebrated at the Pilgrim Center. During the Mass, devotees were given a glimpse of how the Spaniards converted the Filipinos to Christianity in the year 1521 with a reenactment of the first Mass, the first baptism, and the first wedding. During the homily, Reverend Father Pacifico Nohara Jr. emphasized how history shaped Filipino Christianity today.
Sa Santos nga Misa, gipailakan nato si Señor Santo Niño, ang balaang Batang Jesus. Nahulong ang pagsimba sa Diyos-Diyos. Diyos sa buwan, Diyos sa adlaw, Diyos sa tubig, Diyos sa kakahuyan, o Diyos sa langub, o unsa pa diha.
Joanne, this afternoon, the images are being brought around the city in the solemn foot procession. Another highlight of the religious celebration, which started earlier at 1 p.m. and is expected to end around 7 p.m. tonight. Joanne?
Thank you, Luan May Rondina. Thousands of devotees participate in the Feast of the Child Jesus. Let's have a peek with our Jill Relator's report.
In Davao City, devotees arrived at dawn at the Shrine of the Holy Infant Jesus of Prague to join in the celebration of the shrine's 52nd anniversary. They brought with them the statues of Señor Santo Niño.
Tagantag maing lawas. O mga grasya pa nga maabot.
Kaana ni siya niabot sa ko 2008 man yata ni gihatag ra ni kanang nalay ni abot na tao.
Thousands joined the procession around the shrine compound, which ended with a Thanksgiving dance. In General Santos City, thousands witnessed the fluvial procession, which is the highlight of the fiesta celebration of the Santo Niño Parish in Barangay Bula. Devotees from neighboring towns also participated in the event. Ilongos also honored the child Jesus, as Arevalo district in Iloilo City celebrates its annual patronial fiesta. The Philippines' third oldest image of Santo Niño, more than 4 centuries old, is housed at the Santo Niño de Arevalo Parish Church. It serves as a silent witness to the region's devotion and the endless faith and tradition. Different Santo Niño images are also on display at the parish as part of the celebration. Filipinos in the United Kingdom and Ireland are set to observe the Feast of the Santo Niño, highlighted by the Sinulog Festival to be held by different Filipino communities this coming Sunday. I am Orgil Relator for GMA Regional TV.
This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News. This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News.
New African swine fever cases recorded in Binmaloy, Pangasinan. Kim Bandarlipe files this report live. Kim?
CJ, new cases of African swine fever have been reported in Pangasinan this week. The Department of Agriculture is investigating how the virus spread. Sows or female hogs in Barangay Linok, Binmalay, Pangasinan were found positive of African swine fever or ASF. The municipal agriculturist confirmed last Tuesday, January 14, when laboratory results showed that 4 out of 30 random blood samples from hogs in Linok tested positive for ASF. As a result, 21 pigs were called on Tuesday to contain the spread of ASF in the town.
Yung mga naging negative dito, hindi pa nila hindi pa kung baga imo-monitor muna sila.
The Municipal Agriculture Office of Binmalay, Pangasinan confirmed that at least 6 swines in Barangay Kanawalan died last weekend from ASF, but the hog raiser failed to call the attention of authorities immediately. The Bureau of Animal Industry put up a quarantine checkpoint in Barangay Kanawalan right away. Agricultural technologists are conducting blood sampling of hogs in different barangays within the 1-kilometer radius from Ground Zero in Barangay Linok. Due to the ASF threat in Pangasinan, Slaughterhouse in Mangaldan, Pangasinan implemented a limited time of animal entry in their facilities. Hog raisers are asked to present documents such as the veterinary certificate, clearance from the barangay of origin, and shipping permit. Meanwhile, the declaration of Pangasinan as ASF-free has been deferred after hog from backyard piggery tested positive. Local government units ordered the setting up of checkpoints within the municipality to check the entry of hogs. In Calasiao, the livestock market is temporarily closed as part of the security measures to prevent the spread of the disease. Authorities were able to confiscate 40 kilos of mishandled meat at the animal quarantine checkpoint stationed at Barangay Lucao, Dagupan City. This is part of the preventive measures undertaken by the City Veterinary Office. Meanwhile, in Dagupan City, 3 hogs from Barangay Karaal died due to African swine fever. This from a recorded total of 73 hogs and 62 piglets. The pigs manifested the telltale symptoms of ASF, such as reddening of the skin, loss of appetite, and high fever.
Kinirapan na mis kune sa disto medyo manggalaw kabutan ng kabatan la may mambura-bura lay sa ito.
Kaya nating i-contain kasi nasa isolated area, malayong-malayo yung nandun kay Scotia. Kaya ang masasabi ko dun sa may strict quarantine measures ang pwedeng gawin.
Authorities have put up an animal quarantine checkpoint in the lone entry to Barangay Karaal to ensure all vehicles that go in and out of the barangay are disinfected.
Itinuro niya kung paano may iwasan yung ASF na sakit na yan. Kalinisan lang at saka disinfecta.
CJ, the spread of the virus was said to have been caused by a customer who was trying to buy a pig, going from one piggery to another. ASF task force led by the Department of Agriculture is now strictly implementing Protocol 1710, the establishment of quarantine checkpoints within the 1-kilometer radius from Ground Zero, and the immediate culling of infected hogs, blood sampling of hogs within the 7-kilometer radius, and monitoring of hog farms within the 10-kilometer radius. The provincial government also announced the temporary ban on selling and transporting meat products to avoid the further spread of the virus. CJ?
Thank you, Kim Bandarlipe. Elderly couple in Sibonga, Cebu killed in front of grandchildren. Jonah Carion has more.
Seferino and Natalia Tulumia died instantly. The victim sustained several gunshot wounds. The unidentified suspect allegedly barged into the couple's house in the mountain barangay of Bae past 11 o'clock in the evening of January 15. Staying with the Tulumias at that time were their 3 grandchildren, ages 19, 12, and 11 years old. The grandchildren managed to jump out of the window during the commotion. According to one of the grandchildren, the suspect fired a warning shot so his grandfather Seferino was able to get hold of a bolo, but the suspect inundated the door with bullets, killing Seferino on the spot. The suspect then targeted Seferino's wife and Natalia. The suspect and a cohort were riding a motorcycle.
Yarangan tong pultahan sus pagkalang kirakan pa ni pultahan niya
Kani pultan lapsan ba na ikaw sulod na hagbag ipatiran to. Motong po na pagkadayon ko ning dalagan mi. Ning dalagan mi sa kon bintana ba.
Kasi lola tato kanan pusilon. Na kuan biktima no si lolo noon.
The police recovered 11 empty shells from what they believe were fired from a carbine. One of the motives being considered involves a piece of land. The police are also checking if this crime is related to the killing of the couple's son last month.
Doon na sila mga panagbangi sa pamilya. So moro na ato nakita ron atong yapil na sabang sa yuta no, land dispute. Doon na sa tayo gitanaw nga laing ang gulo nga kanabang sa term na to sa kanang barang barang.
The family of the victims are crying out for justice.
Kapangayo mo kita justisya pan di man ta katumbok. Ya, sa pasad man ta kita kinsay nagbuhat.
Kaputoy kontra. Lisod kay pagsulbad.
Together with cameraman Renante Quinones, I am Chana Carrion for GMA Regional TV.
300 families left homeless in Davao City fire. More in our Gil Relator's report.
BFP and volunteer firefighters immediately responded to the fire alarm in Barayco, Barangay 5-A, Davao City, as a raging fire consumed several houses, producing a thick black smoke which covered the area. Firefighters were strategically deployed to contain the flames and prevent it from spreading further, as many houses have already burned down. Residents rushed to get their belongings to safety. BFP investigation revealed that the fire started inside the room of Anesita Balaga.
Pagkatapos mo akong nakita, pagsulod na ako sa balay, ang plangka mo akong nakita nga hingana.
Affected residents are now temporarily sheltered at the barangay gym, which has been converted to an evacuation center.
Sud kay lagi siya kang kuan, okay lang niyang mga dagko ang kanang gyud bata kay sud kayo.
Tabang na lang ni sir. O naman jud may napunit. Sag isa lang wa jud. Nga kay ing balik pa ko, di naman po ko makaagi.
The barangay officials, in coordination with the Social Services and Development Office, distributed hot meals and conducted tagging of affected residents for the processing of financial assistance from the city government of Davao.
Ang pamilya na itong apektadong 340, no? Ang individual 125. So ang composition diha is ang owner is 191.
Together with cameraman Jojo Sularte, I am Gil Relator for GMA Regional TV.
Get to know the oldest Ilocano at Bantay town in Ilocos Sur and learn from her love advice. Ivy Hernando tells us more.
Her wrinkles clearly defines her age, but her smiles and laughter keeps her young. She is Lola Vera Pugal, the oldest resident of Bantay, Ilocos Sur. In 2 weeks, Lola Vera will celebrate her 105th birthday. She still lives with her sibling, Lola Paulina, who is 99 years old. Although they never got married, they have some love advice.
Apa gaputan dagayatan mayas kaputan pili mo na niya amon ti inom mo na nga nasangar. Ay kinupili ka ti lalaki ako. Dahil na siya amot anak kong tugali na sumot at ipuntaam.
Many are curious what is the secret behind their long life.
Napaot ti biyag mo? No, naragsak ka, di pa ada matao.
They still have good hearing, but Lola Vera no longer has her sight. However, she still engages in good old flattery.
Pintas ka, Lola. Pintas ka pa, ma'am.
Emmy, in deep gratitude, takes care of Lola Vera and Lola Paulina.
Inalaganda mo dubing na ma'am, bali tinarakanda ma'am. So nga siya mo lang amang mga laga.
Regular na siyang kumukuha ng 3,000 pesos as financial incentive from the local government. 15,000 from the provincial government, and a regular social pensioner of DSWD.
Lola Vera never expected to live for more than a century, but she still keeps on praying to God to add more years to her life. Together with cameraman Norman Raka, I am Ivy Hernando for GMA Regional TV.
As GMA celebrates its 70th anniversary, GMA Regional TV treats Cebuanos to star-studded back-to-back Kapuso Sinulog Festival activities. Luan May Rondina has more.
Millions of supporters and fans came to see Kapuso stars in mall shows held in Talisay City and Cebu City. The stars of the upcoming GMA drama Anak ni Waray versus Anak ni Biday, Kate Valdez, Migo Adezer, and Barbie Forteza. The stars of Bilangin ang Bituin sa Langit, Yasser Marta and Kailin Alcantara. And All Out Sundays, Julian San Jose. Kate Valdez, Migo Adeser, and Barbie Forteza. Watch out every week for All Out Sundays and upcoming dramas, Bilangin ang Bituin sa Langit on GMA Afternoon Prime and Anak ni Waray versus Anak ni Biday on GMA Telebaban. Together with Lian Sinculan and Cleofer Lumayag, I am Luan May Rondina for GMA Regional TV.
Tourists and devotees flock to celebrate Ati-Atihan Festival in KALIBO, AKLAN. Let's know more with Zen Kilantang's live report. Zen?
John, thousands of spectators and revelers gathered here in KALIBO, AKLAN for the annual KALIBO Santo Niño Ati-Atihan Festival.
The Feast of Senior Santo Niño de KALIBO for many years has been attracting devotees and tourists with its traditional procession and numerous activities as part of the celebration of the annual KALIBO Santo Niño Ati-Atihan Festival. Giant etas made of papier-mâché paraded the streets in the Gigante Festival contest. The giant enchanted Ati of Balete Town was awarded as this year's winner. The competition started in 1995 and has become one of the highlights of the festival. Thousands of Aklanons flocked to Magsaysay Park to see Asia's multimedia star Alden Richards together with the cast of The Gift, Mikoy Morales, Mikey Quintos, Isabel Ortega, and Martin Del Rosario. The stars of GMA primetime series delighted and entertained the crowd with their song numbers. Alden Richards, who is also GMA Regional TV's #SpreadKindness ambassador, recognized 14-year-old Aklanon LJ Alejandro for his honesty after he turned into authorities a pouch containing cash worth 150,000 pesos inside a restroom at the KALIBO International Airport.
Happy Ati-Atihan Festival, mga kapuso!
Around 1,700 police personnel were deployed in KALIBO to make sure that there were no crime incidents during the festivity.
John, early this morning, thousands of devotees and pilgrims joined the dawn of a penitential procession as they solemnly traversed the streets of KALIBO while praying the Holy Rosary on their way to the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. This was followed by a dance or sadsad held in the streets where locals and tourists joined in the traditional Ati-Atihan dance to the rhythm of drum beats. Some even brought with them their own replicas of the Senior Santo Niño. Meanwhile, 32 groups participated in the tribal competition, which is one of the highlights of the festival. On the last day of the festival this Sunday, devotees and tourists will see the image of Santo Niño de KALIBO up close as it is brought outside during a pilgrim mass held in front of the church. John?
Thank you, Zen Kilantang.
This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News. This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News.
Maltreated OFW in Kuwait returns home in Pangasinan. More in this report.
It was in July 2019 when 47-year-old Dolores De Vera, a resident of Barangay Talibao, Calasiao, Pangasinan, went to Kuwait to find her fortune. The first 4 months for Dolores was uneventful. Her employers seemed to treat her fairly, but things turned for the worse. Soon after, she was pulling 18 work hours a day, which made it hard for her to take her meals on time, if at all.
Isa-serve ko lahat yun pagkatapos nila. Kumain ka na, sabi niya, sir, ang nasa bandihado na pinapaka pa. Dahil sa gutom ko rin po, pipiliin ko na lang po yung sir, yung medyo okay siya. Yun pong isusubo ko, sir, para matikman ko lang.
De Vera, in desperation, made a video asking for help, which her husband posted on social media last November.
Tulungan po ninyo ako. Sino po makatulong sa akin? Hirap na po ako dito.
With the help of the government and some private organizations, Dolores returned to the Philippines last December 24.
Mag-ipon ka ng tinapay mo, biskwit, tsaka tubig. Itago mo sa kwarto mo at stop to work. Pag nag-stop to work ka, alam ng amo mo na hindi ka na kumakain, isusuli ka niyan sa agency.
The Pangasinan Provincial Employment Services Office, or PESO, continues to monitor Pangasinenses working in the Middle East. There are almost 700 Pangasinenses working in Kuwait who are at risk amidst the possibility of a war. Meanwhile, PESO is maintaining constant communication with the POEA, OWA and DFA to assure that there will be no Pangasinenses left in the countries of Iran, Iraq and Libya.
Panawagan na rin po siguro namin sa lahat ng mga pamilya ng mga OFWs dito sa Pangasinan. Kung mayroon po silang mga kapag-anak dyan sa mga nabanggit na bansa, ipagbigay alam po nila sa aming tanggapan o kaya doon po sa PESO offices ng bawat munisipyo.
Together with Jing Dakanay, I am CJ Torida for GMA Regional TV. This time, let us know the latest weather update with Pag-asa Central Visayas meteorologist Joseph Gerald Merloff.
Good afternoon, and this is our latest weather update for today. Northeast monsoon or amihan is currently affecting the whole portion of Luzon. So in the next 24 hours, Cagayan Valley, Bicol Region, Ifugao, Mountain Province, Apayao, Aurora, and Quezon will experience cloudy skies with isolated rain showers due to northeast monsoon, while Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains also due to northeast monsoon. While Palawan, Mindanao, and Visayas, who is currently celebrating the Sinulog this weekend, will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with generally fair weather and expected light to moderate rains, especially in the afternoon and evening due to our localized thunderstorm. Moderate to strong winds will prevail over northern Luzon with moderate to rough sea condition, while the rest of the country will experience light to moderate winds with slight to moderate sea condition. For more information, you can visit our official social media accounts in the Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and you can also visit our official website at bagong.pagasa.dost.gov.ph. Reporting from Pag-asa Mactan, Visayas, DOST, and for GMA Regional TV Weekend News, this is Joseph Gerald M. Merlas. Good day and Pete Senor.
Government continues to monitor LGU's compliance of clearing operations across the country. More in Rain Palino's live report. Rain?
CJ, months after September 30 clearing operation deadline set by President Rodrigo Duterte, the Department of Interior and Local Government continues to monitor compliance of local government units nationwide. In Camarines Sur earlier this week, Pili Mayor Tomas Bongalanda, together with local PNP and Public Safety Office, visited the public market to check for stalls and tricycles which were obstructing the road.
Kung naling nang matiwasay, di sila mismo ugmaman baga.
Maray man, kundi nagluya lang para bakal ta. Pinagilid na kami.
Some displaced vendors were allowed to sell by the LGU with some limitations. They can sell only on the first few hours of the day until 7 a.m.
Ito pong mga pwesto, if you will notice, dati po mayo na yan agihan.
Ngunyan, pati po itong mga may pwesto sa inner part kang market, nalalaog na kan mga tao.
Tricycles were also advised to clear the roads. According to Mang Hernan, their association has found a temporary parking area for their units.
Siyempre, bayadan, kang grupo. Kaya nagrenta kami sa ngawan na panahon, diyan sa likod na yan. Yung private na property para sa parkingan mi.
Mayor Bongalonta said there are plans for a 3-story public market with a parking area. Meanwhile, in Naga City, an expanded wheel clamp and towing ordinance was implemented last week. The DALG gave Naga City low marks in its road clearing operations, which prompted Naga City Council to push for stricter ordinances to ensure compliance. Naga City Mayor Ligacion added that they have not been successful in convincing business owners to convert their idle lands into parking areas. Hence, to further clear the right-of-way and improve traffic management, the towing ordinance will be strictly implemented while the city is still looking for potential parking areas.
Maanggot na si maanggot. Ang importante, ipinapatupad na po sa tuyang lane.
In Dagupan City, the anti-hawking team made a surprise inspection at the Magsaysay Fish Market and tore down illegal structures including stall extensions. Some vendors had already voluntarily taken down their extended stalls even before the demolition team arrived.
Lahat, mga upuan, mga gamit, lahat dito. Basta ang iwan lang namin yung mga paninda. Tsaka yun.
Ano po ba ito? Parang pahingaan na rin.
Oo, kasi hindi na umuwi.
Sidewalk obstructions were also dismantled, as well as shanties of fish dealers at the market who were only allowed to sell, load, and dispose fish supplies. In Iloilo City, the DALG is monitoring 180 barangays to make sure that barangay officials are implementing the road clearing mandate to make sure the roads remain obstruction-free. DALG warned that punong barangays will face sanctions if they will not follow the directive. In Cagayan de Oro City, the city composite team started the last phase of its road clearing operations at the National Highway in Barangay Lapasan. Authorities say that they are now at 94.91% completion or 48 kilometers of roads cleared out of the target 52 kilometers. In the coming weeks, secondary national highways such as Pamenta Boulevard to Lumbia, Vela Street, Cugman Old Roads, and major city roads such as Corrales Street and J.R. Borja Street will be the target of the road clearing team. CJ, to avoid sanctions from the DALG, the LGUs will continue with their clearing operations. CJ.
Thank you, Rain Palino.
The most awaited concert is coming in Urdaneta City, Pangasinan, the Sweetheart and the Balladeer. Fun night only, happening this February 8. Do not miss this chance to meet your favorite Kapuso artists, Christian Bautista, Julian San Jose, Donita Knows, Super Tekla, and Kailin Alcantara. They will surely give you the greatest night of your life, with full of singing of various song genres, dance numbers, fun, and laughter. Grab your tickets now. You can buy your tickets and witness this exciting night as low as 300 pesos. Tickets available at places shown on your television screen.
You can watch this episode and more on GMA Regional TV's official YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button to get the hottest news from the regions. That was the biggest and the latest from the regions.
Thank you for joining us, and from all of us here in North Central Luzon.
This is GMA Regional TV Weekend News, where local news matters.